Chapter 1. Build a Fearless Mindset. Let decisions lead your life, my friends, is a river, and every fear you've faced, every failed business, every missed opportunity is not a dam blocking your flow. It's a current, pushing you forward. If you let decisions, not emotions, steer your course, why let fear run your life when you can lead it with courage? Welcome to Success Roots, where we're igniting your journey to overcome fear, blending the timeless wisdom of Jim Rohn with the bold energy of Tony Robbins. Today, we're planting the first seed of self-mastery, building a fearless mindset to grow your success roots. Imagine Anna, a 55-year-old office clerk who felt paralyzed after a failed business venture. Like many of you, she let fear of failure, judgment, or being too old control her choices. But Anna learned a powerful truth. Emotions like fear can cloud your path, but decisions can clear it. By letting decisions lead, she built a fearless mindset. This idea echoes Jim Rohn, who believed that decisions, not emotions, should run your life. Tony Robbins amplifies this by urging us to take control of our fears. Together, they show us that a fearless mindset is the foundation of self-mastery. What's running your life right now? Fear of failing again? Fear of being too old? Fear of not being enough? These emotions are waves in your river, but they don't have to steer you. To overcome fear, you must let decisions lead. Your setbacks aren't chains, they're lessons. Your age isn't a limit, it's a strength. Why let fear guide your path when you can forge it with a fearless mindset? Anna chose decisions over emotions, and it changed everything. Here's how to build a fearless mindset. First, identify one fear holding you back, maybe fear of starting a side hustle. Write it down. Second, make one decision to face it. Decide to spend 10 minutes researching a business idea today. Third, affirm your courage. Say daily, "My decisions shape my future." Jim Rohn taught us that decisions lead to success. Tony Robbins adds that controlling fear fuels action. Together, they show us that a fearless mindset grows financial freedom and personal growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one fear to face this week, maybe fear of failure. Decide to take one small action, like watching a 10-minute tutorial on starting a business. Affirm your courage daily. Anna faced her fear of being too old by deciding to learn online marketing for 10 minutes a day. That decision cleared her river, growing her success roots. After a month, she was exploring business ideas with confidence. Here's a tool to help you. Create a fearless journal. Each day, write down one fear, one decision you made, and one affirmation. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that controlling fear creates momentum. Jim Rohn adds that decisions shape your future. Anna's journal helped her stay focused. After 3 months, she enrolled in an online course and started a side hustle. Her success roots grew because she built a fearless mindset. A fearless mindset isn't about being fearless, it's about letting decisions lead. Every choice you make steers your river. Anna's decisions led to big changes. Today, at 55, she's running a part-time consulting business and moving toward financial independence. What's one fear you'll face with a decision today? Don't let emotions run your life. Lead with courage now. Your river is finding its course, my friends. A fearless mindset is the seed, but it needs action to flow. Anna's story shows us that decisions overcome fear, but it's only the beginning. What if you could act despite fear to accelerate your progress? Let's keep moving and find out how. Chapter 2. Act despite fear. Embrace the pain of change. Your river is flowing, my friends. With a fearless mindset as your seed, it's time to dive in with action. Your life is a canvas, and acting despite fear is the brush that paints your courage. Why stay stuck in fear when the pain of not changing is worse? Let's dive into the second step of self-mastery, acting despite fear to grow your success roots. Meet James, a 50-year-old warehouse worker who felt trapped after a failed business. Like many of you, he was paralyzed by fear. Fear of failing again, fear of judgment, fear of starting over. But James learned a powerful truth. Change happens when the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change. By acting despite fear, he overcame his barriers. This idea echoes Tony Robbins, who believed that embracing change overcomes fear. Jim Rohn adds that action shapes your future. Together, they show us that acting despite fear is the brushstroke of self-mastery. What fear is holding you back right now? Fear of starting a new venture? Fear of looking foolish? Fear of not being ready? These are shadows on your canvas, but they don't define you. To overcome fear, you must act, even when it's uncomfortable. Your setbacks aren't chains, they're lessons. Your fears aren't facts, they're feelings. Why stay stuck in fear when you can paint a masterpiece with action? James acted despite fear, and it changed everything. Here's how to act despite fear. First, identify one fear. Maybe fear of failing at a side hustle. Write it down. Second, weigh the pain. Ask yourself, what's worse, trying and failing or staying stuck? Third, take one small action today. Spend Calmness System, 10 minutes researching a business idea. Tony Robbins says that embracing change overcomes fear. Jim Rohn adds that action shapes your destiny. Together, they show us that acting despite fear grows financial freedom and personal growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one fear to act on this week. Maybe fear of failure. Take one small action, like researching a side hustle for 10 minutes. James faced his fear of failing again by signing up for a free online course on e-commerce, dedicating 10 minutes a day. That small action painted a new stroke on his canvas, growing his success roots. After a month, he was testing product ideas and building confidence. Here's a tool to help you. Create an action journal. Each day, write down one fear you faced, one action you took, and how it felt. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that action overcomes fear. Jim Rohn adds that effort shapes your future. James's journal kept him accountable. After 3 months, he launched a small online store, earning his first $100. His success roots grew because he acted despite fear. Acting despite fear isn't about being fearless, it's about being courageous. Every action you take paints your future. James's courage led to big changes. Today, at 50, he's running a side business and moving toward financial independence. What's one action you'll take today to act despite fear? Don't let fear keep your canvas blank. Paint with courage now. Your fearless mindset is the seed, and acting despite fear is the brush. James's story shows us that courage creates results, but it takes action now to overcome delays. What if you could start today, no matter your age or past? Let's keep moving and find out how. Start now. Plant your TR. Today. Your canvas is coming alive, my friends. With a fearless mindset and action despite fear, it's time to plant your dreams. Your life is a garden, and starting now is the seed that grows your future. Why wait for the perfect moment when the best time is today? Let's dive into the third step of self-mastery, starting now to grow your success roots. Meet Linda, a 46-year-old store clerk who delayed her dreams after a failed startup. Like many of you, she thought it was too late, believing her age or past mistakes meant she'd missed her chance. But Linda learned a powerful truth. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. By starting today, she overcame her fears. This idea echoes Jim Rohn, who believed that now is always the best time to start. Tony Robbins adds that action creates momentum. Together, they show us that starting now is the seed of self-mastery. What's stopping you from starting now? Thinking it's too late? Worrying about past failures? Waiting for the right time? These are weeds in your garden, but they don't define you. To overcome fear, you must plant your tree today. Your setbacks aren't endings, they're beginnings. Your age isn't a limit, it's a strength. Why wait for tomorrow when you can start today to achieve financial freedom? Linda planted her tree, and it changed everything. Here's how to start now. First, choose one dream to begin. Maybe a side hustle or learning a new skill. Write it down. Second, take one small action today. Spend 5 minutes researching your dream, like a business idea. Third, commit to it. Set a reminder to act daily. Jim Rohn taught us that starting now shapes your future. Tony Robbins adds that action fuels progress. Together, they show us that starting now grows personal growth and career growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one dream to start this week, maybe starting a side business. Take one small action, like watching a 5-minute tutorial. Commit to it daily. Linda dreamed of financial independence. She spent 5 minutes a day researching graphic design. That small action planted her tree, growing her success roots. After a month, she was creating designs and feeling hopeful. Here's a tool to help you. Create a Start Now journal. Each day, write down one dream, one action you took, and one reason to start now. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that starting creates momentum. Jim Rohn adds that now shapes your future. Linda's journal kept her focused. After 3 months, she was freelancing part-time and earning extra income. Her success roots grew because she started now. Starting now isn't about having it all figured out. It's about planting the seed. Every action you take grows your garden. Linda's start led to big changes. Today, at 46, she's building a freelance career and moving toward financial independence. What's one dream you'll start today? Don't wait for tomorrow. Plant your tree now. Your fearless mindset and courageous actions are painting a masterpiece, and starting now keeps your garden growing. Linda's story shows us that action today creates results, but it takes progress without perfection to keep going. What if you could move forward without needing everything perfect? Let's keep forging and find out how. Chapter 4. Embrace progress without perfection. Move forward. Your garden is thriving, my friends. With a fearless mindset, action despite fear, and a commitment to start now, it's time to keep the momentum going. Your life is a canvas, and progress without perfection is the brush that paints your future. Why wait for perfection when you can move forward today? Let's dive into the final step of self-mastery. Embracing progress without perfection to grow your success roots. Meet Michael, a 58-year-old driver who felt stuck after a failed business. Like many of you, he thought he needed to have everything figured out before starting again, fearing another mistake. But Michael learned a powerful truth. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. By embracing progress over perfection, he overcame fear. This idea echoes Tony Robbins, who believed that progress, not perfection, drives success. Jim Rohn adds that effort shapes your future. Together, they show us that progress without perfection is the brushstroke of self-mastery. What's holding you back from moving forward? Needing the perfect plan? Fear of making mistakes? Thinking you're not ready? These are shadows on your canvas, but they don't define you. To overcome fear, you must embrace progress, not perfection. Your setbacks aren't failures, they're lessons. Your journey isn't perfect, it's yours. Why wait for perfection when you can move forward to achieve financial freedom? Michael Mbzsep raced progress, and it changed everything. Here's how to embrace progress without perfection. First, choose one goal, maybe starting a side hustle. Write it down. Second, take one imperfect action today. Spend 5 minutes researching, even if you don't know everything. Third, celebrate progress. Acknowledge every step, no matter how small. Tony Robbins says that progress fuels success. Jim Rohn adds that effort shapes your future. Together, they show us that progress grows personal growth and career growth. Let's make it practical. Choose one goal to pursue this week. Maybe learning a new skill. Take one imperfect action, like watching a 5-minute tutorial. Celebrate your effort. Michael chose to start an e-commerce business. He spent 5 minutes a day researching, even without a perfect plan. That progress painted his canvas, growing his success roots. After a month, he was building a business plan with confidence. Here's a tool to help you. Create a progress journal. Each day, write down one goal, one imperfect action you took, and one way you celebrated progress. Track it for a week. Tony Robbins says that progress creates happiness. Jim Rohn adds that effort shapes your future. Michael's journal helped him stay focused. After 6 months, he was running a part-time business and thriving. His success roots grew because he embraced progress without perfection. Progress without perfection isn't about being flawless, it's about moving forward. Every step you take paints your future. Michael's progress led to big changes. Today, at 58, he's running a business and living with purpose. What's one imperfect action you'll take today? Don't wait for perfection. Move forward now. Your life is a river, my friends. Every choice you make, every fearless decision, courageous action, timely start, and imperfect step grows your success roots. Why let another moment pass without overcoming fear? You've learned to build a fearless mindset, act despite fear, start now, and embrace progress without perfection. Now it's time to act. Take one bold step today. Face a fear, start a dream, or take an imperfect action. You have the power to overcome fear. Subscribe to Success Roots for weekly motivation to build your extraordinary future. Share in the comments. What's one action you'll take today to grow your success roots? Let's keep growing together.